What's up, everybody? Scott's back here on the podcast on this Friday morning. If you're new to the channel, hit that little button down there and subscribe to our channel. All football, all the time. That's what we're about here on the map. Anyway, let's get started with some conversation starters for this week. I'm coming to you guys and all this show is about is you guys, bringing you guys into the conversation is what I'm doing today. Let's start off with college football. Who do you think the Final Four in college football is going to be this year? Who's going to make it to the college football playoff? The next thing, for kind of staying on that level, SEC guys, what two teams do you see in the SEC championship game in 2018? I'm really curious to see how this goes. Put them down below. And then let's travel over to fantasy football. See, I have a lot of conspiracy theorists in my fantasy leagues. So you can talk fantasy football, and I watch fantasy football podcasts, the Fantasy Footballers. There's a couple of them I watch on YouTube, and you can talk about fantasy and guys that you like without worrying about somebody taking your guy, a motive. Like these guys that I watch my show sometimes, and then they're playing some of my leagues, they're all like, you're just trying to get out of me who I like so you can take my guy. No, you can have we're adults. We're not 5. We're not invading countries here, okay? It's a game. It's fantasy football. You can have a respectable conversation and tell them, talk about your likes, your dislikes. If there's a sleeper out there you want, then sure, I can understand you not wanting to bring that up because you may want that guy. I got it. You don't want to give away your whole playbook. I understand that. But, you can still have a respectable conversation and not worry about it. I wanted to clear the air on the fantasy thing real quick as far as that goes, because throughout the season, I'm going to be talking about my likes, dislikes, my high-end guys, my low-end guys, ceilings, floors, stuff like that, value of guys, especially after the draft's coming up, and next week I'm going to talk and I'm going to say things, and of course every one of those guys the guys that I was just talking about, I'll put them over here, they are all going to believe that I have some sort of motive and some sort of, there's a reason I'm doing this, because they think I'm trying to steer them this direction. Idiots. Anyway, so I'm going to leave that here, and we're going to move on. One last thing we can talk about. Give me your NFL teams that you're keeping an eye on this year in terms of sleepers. Like, give me a team that's going to come out of nowhere, almost like a from worst to first kind of deal. Joe, you can lead the 49ers out. Give me your sleepers. Joe, I'm just kidding. You could put the 49ers. You would do that anyway, regardless. My grandmother could be the quarterback and you'd still put them at number 1. We got a lot to talk about between now and the beginning of the season. We'll talk about division winners, predictions for that coming up. We got a lot to talk about between now and the beginning of the season. My off season was extremely short, being that both my teams at both levels won their titles, something that's I've always dreamed of and wanted. And boy, in 2017, did it happen. In 2018. Jump on the team for the big win now. Hit that little subscribe button down at the bottom of the screen. And we'll see y'all next week. Roll Tide. Fly Eagles fly.